Hey y'all, it's Bear with BearIndependent.com. Today we're going to be talking around the concept of MAGs, mutual assistance groups, a little bit. There's a lot of good information being put out by a handful of people about MAGs. There's been a lot of stuff done on Viking Preparedness Patreon page lately. And by the time you see this, it may be a short while ago. But a lot of good information there. I've put out a good amount of information. You be the judge as to whether or not it's good information on forming MAGs and leadership within a MAG, both on YouTube and Patreon. One of the things that's not often discussed, it seems like, is training that MAG, that mutual assistance group. And so I did want to talk a little bit today about that. First, I would be remiss if I did not address the fact that my wife is now in charge of the store at BearIndependent.com, and she wants me to remind y'all that there's a bunch of cool stuff there, including patches and stickers and drives with Prepper Classroom Series 1 and Series 2. So episodes 1 through 10 and episodes, I said it like my Canadian brother, episodes 11 through 20, eh? They're on there. There's also a 2-pack you can get at a discounted price, which you get both series, episode 1 through 10 and episode 11 through 20. So anyway, that's there. I've appeased my wife. She will thank you to at least go have a glance at the store at BearIndependent.com, or don't, whatever floats your boat. Now, training of MAGs. We, meaning myself and many people from my tribe and several people from my MAG, as well as brothers and sisters from all over North America, assemble regularly to do things in the name of the Most High, Father God. We call these things missions. And we have responded to hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding, and now the fight, the battle, the war against human trafficking and sex crimes, most of which affects children. And this is not that video, so I will not crush your soul with the stats, but it is disgusting and heinous. And in the doing of these deployments, we learn a hell of a lot. It is training for us. And we have a protocol. The first is we serve Father God. The second is we serve our fellow man. And the third is everything is training. Eyes and ears switched on every time we do this so that we learn and get better. And I'm happy to report that from February 2019 through February 2020, we did no less than 7 deployments with Grindstone Ministries. And our most recent deployment has been significantly better as far as logistics than our first deployment, because we're learning while we're doing training. And so a way, not the only way to train a MAG, certainly not the only way, but a way to train a MAG is to go do hard stuff together. There's a lot of expertise that comes from experience, that comes from doing. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, go do the things. Just go do it. Hey, Bear, how much water do I need to stock for a family of 5? Turn the water off in your house for a weekend, and you tell me. Because my idea is 5 gallons per person per day based upon deployment. You might learn something different. And in fact, a lot of the numbers that I throw out at y'all, we learn on deployment. How much food do you actually need? It turns out it's 2 pounds per person per day. That's what you need. Calorie-wise and actual consumption-wise, based upon actual data. That's what it is. 2 pounds per person per day. Water, we actually use 5 gallons per person per day, not including showers. This is cooking, drinking, and meal prep, and cleaning. Cleaning in pots, pans, whatever. You average it out over the number of people that you have, it works out to about 5 gallons per person per day. So, Saul, you know, what's this all about, eh? What it's all about is you can go train and serve the kingdom at the same time. Find a ministry to fit in with and go deploy. Go do hard things together. Whether those hard things are serving at a meal kitchen. I mean, what a great way. Hey, we're going to have 20 people. There's 20 people in our crew, our mutual assistance group, whatever. There's 20 people that are going to come here, and we're going to live together if the balloon goes up. This is our place of refuge. This is the retreat property. Okay. Have we ever cooked for 20 people? I know people who can't cook for 2 people, but they can cook for 100. I mean, literally. I'm looking at you, Miss Rev, and yeah, I know your real name. I'm not going to OPSEC you on the internet. Right? There are people that have been cooking for large groups of people for so long that they can't cook for only 2 people. Right? And there's people who've only been cooking for 2 people for so long that they have no idea how to feed 20 people. Go do it hands-on. And pay attention to how much food do we use? How much water do we use? What do we need for sanitation, for cleanup afterwards? What about consumables? Battle dog. Because if you have paper plates and cups, that's great until you run out. Then what? Well, now we got to wash the cups, bowls, plates, utensils that we have. Need to know that's going to affect our water. What are we going to sanitize with? Well, we've got some bleach, or we've got some dish soap, or we've got some pool shock, or whatever. Eventually that stuff's going to run out. So go do it. Where are we going to sleep 20 people? Who's going to be on watch? Right? So we'll move away from the soup kitchen to say, go swing a hammer with Habitat for Humanity for a week. Where are we going to sleep? You know, a lot of the places that we go, you can't get a hotel. There is no hotel. We've lived in half-destroyed churches. We've slept on the concrete floor of churches. The shower is the sink in the bathroom, and here's your wash towel and a bar of soap. You have 120 seconds. Enjoy yourself. That is actuality. Enjoy yourself. And there's no hot water. And it's February. Enjoy yourself. Now, it sounds kind of hardcore, and for a lot of people, maybe it is hardcore, but it's real, and you learn from really doing. Where are you going to sleep everybody? Do you have room to sleep everybody, or do we need to hot bunk? We got 20 people and only 10 beds. Ew, that's gross. Guess what? Half of y'all are on night shift. Let's start drawing straws and flipping coins. And speaking of night shift, who's going to guard this place? How many people do we need if we do 2-hour watches and 2-man teams just from sundown to sunup? Say it's 10 hours. That means we need 10 people. Or if it's a 4-hour shift, 2 people, and we're going to go, you know, there'll be 3 4-hour shifts to get us through the night. You know, we'll have one on task at dusk, one on task throughout the middle of the night, and one on task at dawn. That's still 6 people. Or you're going to have people only dedicated to night shift. Well, if they're only dedicated to night shift, roger that. Who's feeding them? Where do they sleep during the day? Are they actually going to be able to sleep during the day? Because it's really noisy. It could also be much hotter during the day, making it uncomfortable for people to sleep. So what are you going to do about that? These are all things that we learn on mission. How are you going to communicate? And whether you go serve in a mission capacity or with a charitable organization, or you just walk out into the woods over here as a group and stay there for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, you should do it. My thinking is, if we're going to do something like that anyway, if we're going to subject ourselves to austere conditions anyway, why not be in service to my Creator at the same time? And so that's one of the cool things that Grindstone does, is that we create opportunities that are rewarding and fulfilling and meaningful on a various different levels. And one of those being training. And so I would encourage you to find a place that you can fit in like that, or create your own opportunities. You know, I learned this concept from the Reverend Gilbert at Night Runner's Mobile Crisis Response Team in Florida on our first Florida deployment. And he said, Bear, what a great way to train people. You know, tell them, bring your bug out back. And you know what? They still need help. And so if you're in Florida and you want to do that, reach out to the Reverend Gilbert at Night Runners. I think it's nightrunners.org. Rev, you can put a link down here. Somebody else, if you find it, drop a link in the comments. Because this is not necessarily my concept. I learned it from the Rev, and we've taken it and run with it, and it works great. And so we do that at Grindstone as well. But if you're not going to come serve with Grindstone, or you're not going to go serve with Night Runners, do it yourself. Find an opportunity in your neighborhood, or in your community, or in your state. Somebody who needs help. Look them in the eye and say, we are going to help you. And then figure it out. If you want to learn how to mission plan in SHTF, put a mission together now. It's a great way. And then you get to see your people, your MAG, your mutual assistance group in a stressful environment, operating on short sleep, working in austere conditions with the equipment and the skill sets that you have. Not what you'd like to have, what you actually have. All working towards a common goal. You get to see people's personalities when they are not at their best. And you get to see the best of people. You get to see people doing the thing that they were fearfully and wonderfully created to do. You learn a lot about people based upon how they operate in a stressful environment and how well they are able to meet other people's needs without having their own needs necessarily met. And there's a sliding scale here, and it's different for everybody. But it's a great learning tool for yourself and for everybody else. I can't recommend it more highly. It's a way to train a MAG. Go and serve together. And you'll get so much more out of it than you put into it. We are going to... Hey! We are going to talk about how I set up a MAG meeting in the next video. Thanks for being here, y'all. Click the baby bear. Shalom.